Hi and welcome to my completed pages video for July 2025. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Ina. If not, welcome back. This month I've colored a total of 10 pages, one more than my usual average. Let me quickly move the books aside. The first book is Morgentau. In this book I've colored this page towards the back, with a bicycle in front of the fence, featuring foxgloves and clematis. I used my Castle Art Soft Touch colored pencils and added some white gel pen highlights on the bicycle, silver for the bike chain, and a bit of glitter on the flowers and the butterfly. Overall, I think the flowers turned out a bit dark, but the clematis in my garden is quite dark too, so I think it's okay. If you want to see exactly how I color this page, there's a color along video on my channel, linked here. This was Twilight Garden by Maria Trolle. Next is Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, or in German Ivy und der magische Schmetterling by Joanna Basford. This is the book where I color a page each month. This month I colored 2 pages. A double-page spread of Ivy's grandfather's study. I decided to color both pages at once to keep the color palette consistent and avoid having to write down all the colors so I can remember them next time. This book is a story to color, and Ivy's grandfather's study is filled with all the items from his travels. The many small details made it time-consuming. I spent about 10 evenings on it, but it was fun to see the page come to life. For the background, the walls and the floor, I used Castle Art's watercolor pencils. The wooden furniture was also base colored with these. And I used Castle Art Soft Touch pencils for the shading and coloring the rest. For the highlights, I added many gold details and some silver ones, and other metallic gel pen accents, especially on the books. I also used a bit of white. I really like how this page, or this double page spread, turned out. This was Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Joanna Basford. Next, I colored a page in Die Magie der Natur, or Nature's Magic by Strethton Peterson. I colored the healing geranium with a cobra. I used a blue glitter aqua marker from my recent haul around the border, which adds a lovely sparkle. For colored pencils, I believe I used the Castle Arts Gold set. Let me double check. Yes, the castle art's gold. I also used a bronze metallic gel pen for the background dots, and the Sakura white gel pen for the highlight in the eye. I hope you can see the sparkle. This was Nature's Magic by Strethton Peterson. In the same hall, I started a page in this colorable glitter pad. This one here, and it's still not my favorite coloring book. First, I colored this page that I had already started in the haul video, when I was testing the alcohol markers. And I have to say, from the distance, where it's finished now, I think it turned out pretty well. I started coloring the fields in the hall. I have to say, when I started to do a bit of gradient, like here, or here, or here, that definitely made it better. But you can see very clear difference where the glitter is and where not. It's definitely less patchy than here. Because the surface is so incredibly smooth, even the alcohol marker dried in really patchy ways, because the color simply ran across such a smooth surface. Because of the rough glitter, it didn't happen as much, and you could get a bit of glare, but not as well either, because underneath the glitter there's of course this smooth surface. Even though the glitter itself is very rough and damaged the tip of the marker a bit. I show it more closely. Here you see where no glitter is, it's very, very patchy, even here. Here you can see the difference. Very good. But yes, it's okay. Then I colored a second page from this pad. And here I decided to just color the glitter and leave the background white, because that would have just turned out completely patchy. However, if you compare this, you can see that if you look at the green here and this here, it's the same color. They are both the same shades of green on the glitter, and it looks completely different, because the amount of glitter on this page is completely different than on the other. So it was a completely different coloring experience, as I said. Up close it looks very patchy. The ink didn't really stick well here. Somehow all the pages are a little different, and you never know if it will work or not. But even from the distance, it's okay. It's not my favorite page this month, or in general, but at least I finished a few pages in here, and there aren't that many overall. I'll just color in a page now and then, and hopefully be done with it relatively quickly. For those interested, this glitter block is from Action, but I don't think it's there anymore. It's from the brand Craft Sensation. Moving on to pages I enjoyed more. This is Astrology by Anna Jarén. I colored the fire element, featuring a phoenix, using Castle Art soft touch pencils and soft pastels for the background. The warm yellow, oranges and reds were fun to work with. And then this glow, which I created around the phoenix and the flames. I also think it's very beautiful how I managed to create the candlesticks with this shimmer, with a glow of light on them. I think it turned out really cool. And here too, I used the Sakura jelly roll for the sparkle in the eye. Yes, I think this is my favorite page this month, along with a study from Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. Okay, that was Astrology by Anna Jarén. Then we came to Vintage Flowers from Busse Seewald Verlag. I've already marked a page here that I want to color in soon. But here's the page I made in July, this hydrangea. I color the background with the Jackson watercolor crayons. Then I colored in the flower with Castle Arts Gold. I check quickly. No, that's not right at all. I used Castle Arts soft touch colored pencils. Then I have a video where I showed how I made cloud stencils, and then I made these hydrangea stencils for this page. And there I show how I used them to bring a few blurry hydrangeas into the background. I did that with soft pastels. I will link the video here. Yes, that was the hydrangea in Vintage Flowers. Next, I colored a page from Mein fantastischer Ozean or Lost Ocean by Johanna Basford. Specifically, this wallpaper page with the lobsters. I have to say, in this book, every page takes a very long time, including this one. I actually spent over a week on it, but it's always a lot of fun. For the background, I mixed two watercolors together. This one a slightly bluer tone and a slightly more greenish tone to create a kind of teal. I did that first with all the little details in the spaces. It took a really long time, just as long as coloring all the little details. For that, I used the Castle Art Soft Touch again, and then added a few gold highlights here on the hidden pocket watch. Here, right at the beginning of the book, there are a few objects hidden in the book. and the pocket watch definitely belongs there. I have to say, because this pattern didn't repeat itself that often, I didn't find it boring to color it in. It was fun. Anyway, I choose a very limited color palette here. Teal, a yellow gold, orange red, and then another turquoise mint. And I like how it turned out. I'll see how I do the next page. I could of course use the same colors. A teal background and then make all the crabs red-orange. Maybe with a few yellow highlights. Or maybe just in completely different colors. I'll take a look. I don't think I color this page in again this year. Okay, that was Lost Ocean by Johanna Basford. And now we came to the last page I colored in July. I honestly didn't think I would be able to do it in July, but I finished it on the last evening in July. It's this page from Vietnam, with the fruit boat and the rice terraces. For this, I came up with a color palette beforehand, and then only used those colors, sometimes combining them to create additional shades. These are the Castle Arts gold pencils. And then I used a white gel pen for the clouds. I considering making the lines on the water white too, but somehow I decided against it. Looking at it now, I might make them white and outline the drops as well. I don't know. Maybe I will do it, maybe not. For the sky, I choose a sunset. I also added a little yellow on the edges of the mountains. Overall, this is my second page in Meine Reise durch Asien by Rita Bermann. And it was a lot of fun, definitely. I'm planning to do the other side of Vietnam, not necessarily in August, but maybe in September, using the same colors. I will definitely use less green on that page than here, but just a little, for example, on the flower. But I think this color combination with a different emphasis also works very well for this page. There will be also a video for this page where you can see how I exactly color it. It's definitely also one of my favorites this month. This was the book Meine Reise durch Asien by Rita Bermann. Yes, that was all 10 pages. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments which page was your favorite this month. Bye!